Hey guys, this is CJ, your Thursday guy, and this week's topic is family acceptance. Is that light annoying? I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, so before I say anything else, the first thing I want to say is I want to talk about, something that Jake slightly touched on at the end of his video, something about chosen families. I think this idea would benefit a lot of trans guys, a lot of trans people in general. Family is just not family by blood. I mean, you have your very best friends who you consider family. I have a brother who is not blood related, but we have known each other for many years and have been best friends for several years. I haven't seen the guy in months. He lives in a neighboring state. He lives in California. I live in Vegas, and he's still my brother. Like, we obviously have different parents, like, completely, and we met in school and whatever, but that's the type of thing that I want to talk about, is if you get to a point where your entire family rejects you, like everyone, and you have no family, keep in mind that family is not just the people you're born with or around, or it could be the people you grew up with. Like, think about foster kids, people who don't have biological parents. They don't have their biological family, but they still found a family or have created a family through friends or people they have been really close to. Yeah, so that's what I want you guys to keep in mind, is that you can still have a family even if your biological mother and biological father, biological grandparents, etc. reject you. Let's see, with my family, my mom, she accepted me right away, basically, but at first she was kind of, like, confused. Like, I think she didn't get it. At first she was kind of like, what are you doing? And then she kind of, like, had to take a week to get used to it, but then right away she was, like, on board with pronouns, trying and trying to be good with it. So that was nice that she accepted it. Oh, that's another thing. There's also, like, there's acceptance, and then in order for someone to accept you, they have to understand it. So I recommend when you're coming out to someone, or when you're about to tell your family or your friends or whatever, make sure they get what you're saying. Make sure they don't think that you're like a cross-dresser or a lesbian or something else that is not what you're doing. Make sure they understand how you feel, like your personal take on it, because they may be like, oh yeah, I've heard of transgenders, blah blah blah, and they feel like this, and I'm like, you could say something like, no, that's not me, what I feel like is this. Or you can say, yeah, that's totally what I'm talking about, that's transgender people are this way, whatever. But yeah, I would make sure someone understands what the hell you're saying, and then once they get it, they're like, oh, okay, that's what you're doing. They may accept you, or they may not. It's really just depends on the person. Depends on their background, depends on how they grew up, depends on a whole bunch of shit. So, yeah, as for the rest of my family, I was accepted pretty quickly on my mom's side of the family. My dad has never really been a part of my life. He comes in and out of my life whenever he feels like it, which is not fun. He still thinks he's my dad, which he is, but he's not at the same time. Like, you weren't there when I was growing up, you weren't there for me for this, you weren't there, you weren't around, you're not really my dad, no, sorry. He's not accepting or not accepting, he kind of just ignores it. He ignores pronouns, he completely just sidesteps everything. He uses male pronouns like he, but in Spanish, so, because he speaks more Spanish than English, but he uses male pronouns when he has to. Like, when we're in public, and someone's like, oh, is that your son, and whatever, and blah, 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 my dad's like, oh, yeah, and he this, whatever, because he knows that if he doesn't use those pronouns, he's gonna look crazy, you know? So, yeah, so he's not accepting or not accepting, but he doesn't support it. I don't give a shit. He wasn't there for me anyway, and he's not he's not going to determine my, like, no. Even if he was, like, my actual dad, I'm going to do what's best for me, what makes me happy. Like, that's it. It's my life. I have to live with it. So, as for friends, they're right on board right away. Except for a few, they were like, what the fuck are you doing? But then they were like, oh, okay, you're cool. It's just, you're happy, it's alright, it's all good. Yeah, that's it. I don't really have much to say. Yeah, I'm sorry to the people whose family doesn't accept you. I saw a guy's video where I think I already mentioned this, but his family told him not to come home for Christmas, and I'm like, dude, that fucking sucks. Like, I can't imagine how that feels. So, yeah, I'm gonna shut up now because this video is almost 6 minutes long. So, I hope you guys have a good week. Never mind, I'm not gonna bring that up. Okay, anyway, I will see you guys next week. If you have any questions, feel free to message me, email me, whatever it's called, however you do it here on YouTube. And, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.